I tried to go live today and I couldn't. Basically, what happens with YouTube is I work with OBS and I've go live on the other channel, but I forgot that when you activate it for the first time, it takes 24 hours before it allows you to go live. I don't know security checks or what the deal is, but either way, couldn't do it. Left a community post, and although a bit frustrating, it's fine. I can move on and make this video. So what was I going to do? What was I going to talk about? I was planning on streaming to just myself, which is perfectly fine. I was going to monitor like the still working on how to live stream with music a little bit here and there using Epidemic Sound and all that stuff. But my goal today was I was going to actually work on my logo, and it's something that I'll do another day whenever. I don't know if it's tomorrow in 24 hours or if it's going to be, a week from today. I don't know. But either way, I want to change my logo up a little bit, and the logo I actually not necessarily for branding. Of course, it is branding to some degree, and it currently matches my other channel. But your logo is your identity. Okay, your face is your identity. Obviously, when you're presented on the camera. The clothes you wear, blah, 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 whatever. You're a walking advertisement. You're a billboard, right? Well, the same could be said about your YouTube channel or my YouTube channel for this example. And what I want to do is when I built that logo, and I'll get into a story on it. When I built that, I wanted it to be something that was my own. And a story on that is one, I feel it looks a little too amateur, too childish. I want something more professional, more simple, I guess, in a way. And it's kind of simple now. But to dive into the story is I run a motorcycle channel, a motovlog, where I film my rides and just kind of talking behind the visor essentially. And way back when, I know it might be a taboo here, but I use Lightroom and Photoshop, but I'm not proficient at Photoshop for my thumbnails. So when I first started out, I was using Canva. And Canva is very, very simple, very basic. My buddy he jokes me about it. So and so in the fire department uses Canva, so he always jokes me about that I need to step my game up. And I get it. It's definitely user friendly. We'll say that. And I do enjoy it because it has graphics and stuff, and that's how I used to build my thumbnails. Well, that's how I built my my logos in the past. And I'll tell you a story. I was on the motorcycle side. I was on the motorcycle channel, and I left a comment on one guy, and it was just kind of going back and forth, talking to him through a couple of videos. Well, I guess either way, Notice wrote back and all that stuff, and we exchanged some conversation in the comment section. And within like 3 videos, he changes his logo. And I had at the time it was my name, different name now, different channel, but I had my name. I had a graphic of a motorcycle that was on Canva, right? And then I had my motto. It was life, motovlogs, and more, which I still use today. And he changes his and it could be maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. But either way, my logo shows up. My channel identity shows up with my name and then my comment. And I had a motorcycle. It wasn't even the same one I had. It was like, if you're familiar with motorcycles, it's more of a cafe racer. I ride a cruiser. And I had it where it was going from the right side of the screen or the logo to the left side, pointing that direction. His next video, or he comments, however, I don't remember how it happened, but I see that he has changed his logo to my colors and or color theme or whatever, and the same graphic motorcycle just facing a different direction, and then obviously his channel name. And they say imitation is the best source of flattery. Like I said, this could have been a complete coincidence. But they say that imitation is the best source of flattery. There's a fine line between imitation, plagiarism, and I can't get mad because this is anybody can use this. It's not my own, and that's what I'm getting at here. And I got like man, like it was like a turnoff. It was frustration. It was like, man, this was supposed to be, I'm building whatever I'm building. And now somebody else has like the same thing. And although we are very different people, we rode the same motorcycle. We were, but we had the same general middle concept of that logo. And I didn't say anything. I left it alone. There's no I don't understand like beef on YouTube. That's why like I don't say names and stuff. There are definitely topics I want to bring up just because, this is my channel. This is my journey and what I want to discuss along the way. So I just kind of go back and forth. There wasn't anything. I still was, subscribed to, not to sound too childish. I was still subscribed and still watching the videos for the video's sake and the individual. But it kept eating on me. It kept eating on me because, then the other thing is I was a small channel and he was a bigger channel. And I was just thinking like, I didn't own it anymore. I don't know if that makes sense. Even though I had it first, didn't belong to me solely. I understand that. But I felt like it didn't belong to me anymore because somebody else had it. Whether that person was, anybody else. He could have been a brand new channel, but, there's something about the way that YouTube and people look at, and that's even a thing to look. YouTube was looking to get away from subscriber counts or something like that, unless you look for it actively. And I think they did or they didn't. I don't really remember looking at it because like you look at somebody that has a lot of subscribers, you're going to click on that video versus, somebody that doesn't. And a whole different topic, doesn't really matter. Maybe a little bit here. So when I say it didn't belong to me anymore, and I liked it, but I said, you know what? I'm good. He can have it. And I ditched it, and I got a brand new logo as far as brand new motorcycle. Changed it to where I like now traditionally like a black and white theme, more simplistic. The simplicity of it, but still conveys the message, right? Motorcycle channel name, motorcycle, and then life motovlogs and more. So I rode with that for a while. No pun intended. I rode with that for a while, and I thought about that. That all I did was change to a different motorcycle further down the list. Probably, I don't know if everybody gets the same list when you type in motorcycle, but further down the list, I found a different one. Looked more like a cruiser style. Looked probably closer to a chopper build. Whatever. It was just more. I don't know. It just looked different. Looked cool. I just enjoyed the visual of it. I enjoyed that graphic better anyway. And I was like, you know what? I kind of live on the motto that everything happens for a reason. You may not know what the reason is at that exact moment, but down the road, it'll make sense if you and if you don't remember it, and then it really didn't matter to begin with. But it stuck with me. It ate at me for a little bit, and I'm being honest. Never talked about it to anybody in the world of YouTube. Never brought it up on any motovlog channel because I didn't care for that to get back and there be potential beef and all that other stuff. And it, like I said, it could have been 100% coincidence. So I did that for a while, and then I got to the point I was like, man, there's nothing stopping this exact moment to happen again. And I'm a creature of habit. I've watched the same football team. I've been at the same fire department through thick and thin. Same football team through thick and thin. I've ordered my last tennis shoes, my Under Armour like tennis shoes or whatever that I wear. I buy on Amazon. I've bought them I think 4 times in a row because they're black and they're good shoes. And it goes in a rotation from nice shoes to decent shoes to cut in the grass shoes. And then when I get down to when the nice shoes get dropped down, I would just replace the cut and grass shoes, and I keep going down there. Not quite New Balance, not quite that old man yet, but the geriatric New Balance shoes that they have. But I stick with this just all black. Goes with everything, right? Gray goes with everything, black goes with everything for the most part, except for brown. Anyway, that's weird too, because you can have a black shoe with a brown sole. I don't understand that. Different topic. So I ended up changing. I ride a Honda Shadow. It's probably just going to go. YouTube's going to take it to the motorcycle side of the YouTube world and not where I want it to be, but it's fine. So I ride that. I got that motorcycle, and I got a picture of it. So it's 100% the bike I ride, and I just completely desaturated. I made it just a black silhouette. You took all the color out and made it just a black silhouette of it, and adopted the same stuff, channel name, and life motovlogs and more, right? So this is mine. I own this. Nobody's going to be able to. Well, I mean, technically, I guess they could, right? But it's not. It's on a Canva. It's not a graphic that I had to make it, pull it out, cut out the background, right, and take that object, place it on a green screen or whatever background, put my logo, blah blah blah. Well, all that being said, there's still certain things that belong to Canva. Okay, the font obviously belongs to Canva. You know, I'm not going to change that. That's nothing that's going to be different. There's a circle around it, similar to how I have it. It's basically the same thing as this, where I have it now with the Fire Studios. All right, it's got like the circle with the I don't know how to describe it. Kind of not a complete circle, kind of scratched away. You know, whatever. I don't really know how to describe it. Deteriorating a little bit, but that's it. Same concept. Name. This one has a camera, the Nikon D5600. So that's case in point. Where the motorcycle lays. Did I hit record? Yeah. Okay. Good. I got that problem. You know that. So I've got the title or the name of the channel, the motorcycle or the camera in this case, and then see the world differently. One of those, like a little kind of motto or something. And I realized I'm probably okay. It stayed on my face. All right. I was wondering if it was focusing to my hands because I keep fighting you with my hands. Anyway. So I was going to live stream. I was going to build this. I'm looking at using different tools or whatever to try to make it my own, where the only way that you can copy this is literally if you actually copy my logo. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Building a template, the concept, whatever on Canva. Sure. Sorry, Patrick. But building it off of Canva, and then eventually learning more so how to do it properly on Photoshop. And really maybe even make it a 3-dimensional or something like that. I want to learn about animation. I want to learn about so much. But I think that the logo, your logo on whether it's your brand or just YouTube in general, that is your fingerprint, right? I want my fingerprint to be my own. I don't want anybody else to come around and inspiration is fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. And nothing that's crazy. And that's why I almost want to make this as simple as possible. Maybe Fire Studios just becomes FS or something. Or maybe it's the title or the Fire Studios with an FS or something with smoke in the background. That's what I'm kind of looking at. I want it to be, it doesn't have to have a camera in it, but I want it to represent a little bit about me and what makes me, right? The individual, myself, my own fingerprint. Nothing crazy about a live stream. I was just gonna, like I said, I'll probably stream to just me, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I want to work on how to have, light music in the background using Epidemic Sounds, and I don't know. I just really want to. I just want to do it all. It's so crazy. There's so much I want to do. I want to accomplish, but I can't squeeze. I want it. Like diving headfirst, like diving into this. It's almost frustrating. This whole thing, and this whole different video, and I won't go too far into this tangent, but it's almost frustrating how much I want to learn and accomplish and do and be able to replicate. But it takes, there's not enough time in a day to do it, to be proficient at it. In the fire department, if there's a skill, if it's forcible entry, grabbing 1 tool, 2, 3 tools, how to do it with this, how to do it with hydraulic tools, battery operated tools, how to do it with just handheld tools, how to do forcible entry, how to do this. There's so many like tools and techniques, but you could have an in-service, out-of-service training session for a couple hours and store props that you could practice all this and at least know and be efficient enough, maybe not proficient without further practice, but you could grasp how to get into an inward swinging door, an outward swinging door, a security bar, panic bar, like all these other stuff, commercial doors, residential doors. Anyway, we'll stop there. So this is video 1. I'm going to film another one right after this. And tomorrow I'll have the ability to live stream and to build, maybe rebuild my thumbprint.